The college football experience, Tulsa Golden Hurricanes 2025 season preview episode. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Brian Bosworth, a.k.a. The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Tulsa Golden Hurricane 2025 season preview episode. Oh, there's just a couple left and we're banging through them in the next 24 hours. YouTube.com/the college experience, man. And Tulsa Golden Hurricane preview. Look, man, this is an interesting team because they're all over the place as far as the past couple of years, but not that long ago they played for an AAC championship. I remember them in the 90s being pretty fucking good. Late 80s and 90s that you can they get Iowa one year. I feel like maybe got A&M. They've been a good program over the years. Off and on there. So maybe they got the right guy that's going to bring it back. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dad, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Shout out to the chat. Let's go. GK saying, hell of a start to the season. Let's stay hot tonight. You know it, brother. And shout out to Cannabis Capper. Real ones show up at 11:15. And yeah, let's go. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the college basketball experience with me. We talk every college hoops game. Hell, I remember Eric Coley and the almost said Tulane. Tulsa Golden Hurricane going to the Elite Eight one year. Oh yeah. Under Bill Self there. Yeah. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers. Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, man? 5 to go. We're going to power through these. And how about these Tulsa Hurricanes? This new era. Let's go.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yes, a new era. And let's be honest here. Well, first, just to tell people what, I mean, they've been playing ball here for like 140 years or something, but I'm giving them a national championship for 65 when they were undefeated, and they were, they had some really fire years. I mean, we could talk about this, folks. They've had a lot of undefeated seasons, actually. That Gus Henderson's team in 1926, that they were undefeated. Sam McBurney's in 14 undefeated. We can go on and on and on about this, but no, I want to paint the picture a little bit as like, I did think they should have. I don't understand why they got rid of Philip Montgomery. He was 2 years removed from a championship game in the AAC, and the year after the championship game, they still went bowling and won the bowl game. So that was interesting when they pulled the plug on Montgomery. I thought he was doing a solid job there, but over the years, Bill Blankenship, Todd Graham, Steve Cragthorpe, these guys have all had David Rader back in the day, John Cooper, the Ohio State John Cooper, all had this program kind of rolling. So it does have a rich history, man. And I am somewhat excited to preview this team more than others because we host the FCS College Football Experience, and I've hosted it for years. And I think they got themselves a football coach, Tre Lamb. I know you sit there and say, well, he's just 27, 25. Well, he was at Gardner-Webb, right?
Tough job.
Gardner-Webb. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, to give you an idea, they were, I'll just run through. So 2016, Gardner-Webb 1-10, 2017, 3-8, 2019, 3-9. Oh, and they fire their coach. They bring in Tre Lamb. Now he had the COVID shit, so they only played 4 games, 2-2, right? But after that, 4-7. So that's their best record the past 5 years. Then, in my opinion, his real second season, 7-6, and they make the FCS playoffs. Now they did get smacked by William & Mary, but still, they made the FCS playoffs. Then the very next year, they go to the FCS playoffs again, and they almost knock off Mercer. And then Trey Lamb takes the East Tennessee State job last season. That was his first year there in Johnson City. But he did miss out on the playoffs, but he definitely they went from 3-8 to 7-5 in 1 year, just like that. So the guy can coach ball. He is also the nephew of longtime college football coach Bobby Lamb. And you might remember Appalachian State's quarterback Taylor Lamb a couple of years back, maybe on their Satterfield, if I had to guess. That's his cousin. So I mean, football in the family, man. I think the hire is good. The only knock for me would be he's in an area in a region of the country where I don't know that it's almost like Jonathan Smith at Michigan State, where you're like, like this is a guy that played at Tennessee Tech, coached at Mercer, Tennessee Tech, Gardner-Webb, Eastern. So it's like he's strictly been in the South, in Georgia, Tennessee. That would be the only thing that I could say. Well, I don't know. Well, what do you make of the hire?
Yeah, I like the hire too. I mean, elevated the Gardner-Webb program, then went over to ETSU the last year, had a winning season. Now he comes over to Tulsa to rebuild this program. Played a quarterback at Tennessee Tech, so he's paid his dues at the FCS. Young up and coming coach, and a lot of energy here. Yeah.
Shout out to the chat. Look, Double O'Neill here to take his medicine after the Boise ass whooping. So I appreciate that about Boise fans. They come here, and even if they get their ass whooped, they're still they show up, right?
That's all you can, baby.
Yeah, and James in the chat also saying, do I think FIU is giving up too many points? No, I actually laid it with FIU. I don't like the play that was has it moved? I haven't even had a chance to look today. I've been working.
I think it's still around
30 and a half or something like that. I would lay it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
I don't love it because I could see them calling off the dogs. Anyway, back to Tre Lamb. I'm very excited about the hire and see how it works out, because I was a little surprised that how bad Kevin Wilson was, right? Kevin Wilson was, I actually thought maybe the shoe fit because he was at Oklahoma so long, but am I crazy? Did Tre Lamb talk about a big ass donation to Tulsa?
30 mil a year ago, or within the last calendar year for the for athletics.
Yeah. I saw him at some press conference saying, look, we got the money now.
Yeah.
So it ain't about money. That's a big ass donation, man.
Yeah, 30 mil.
30 like mil to give it to, like we were talking yesterday about Jim Nance giving Houston Athletics $1 million. We're saying, hey, that's a nice donation. 30 million. Okay.
Anonymous Tulsa insider.
I got to check my funds. What did I do when I was out in Vegas?
Hit on that Hawaii money line and you donated to Tulsa.
You never know. Honestly, if I was super rich, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be like, yeah, let's see New Mexico State come up. Let's see this team come up. Let's give them a shit ton of money. Yeah. Yeah. You would like to think I'd be like helping out people and like fucking,
Keep
in
athletic.
India or
rolling.
something. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, nah, let's throw it all into. But we love football. So yeah. Anyway, Trey Lamb inherits at offense, and Brad Robbins was not there last season. He'll be there this year. 91st in scoring offense, 50 MD, 52 MD. That's a new word. 51st or 52nd in
Is that when
in
you
pass
remade with
offense.
Tulsa? You created
Yeah.
a new word.
Yeah.
This is
I
my
can do
rounding
that.
up.
I donate this much money. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Look, 80th in rush offense, charting at 62nd in total offense. The offense was not bad. They had Steve Spurrier Jr., the old ball coach's son, as the OC a year ago. So of course it wasn't terrible. Now they return Kirk Francis and only Kirk Francis. So Trey Lamb, when he got there, we have this soundbite.
And you know what? I'm jacked about another opportunity. I'm like, let's go. Now, I met with the team. There is no team.
Well, at least it's a quarterback, and he wasn't bad. So, all right, I'm buying in. If you had to tell me one position you'd want to return from last year's team, I actually think this would be my answer.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's going to be a completely new era. I'm trying to look up. So there's two Brad Robbins. There's one that's in the NFL. I was like, what? He just come off playing for the Bills? But no, Brad Robbins. He's coming over from UConn, so he is a Jim Mora guy, which I like. So I'm interested with this offense. What their identity is going to be. So yeah, Kirk. Good job, Kirk Francis, sticking it out.
Yeah, they went to the portal and buckle up. Well, Trey Lamb came over from East Tennessee State, so might as well bring your quarterback Baylor Hayes. How about AJ Allen from a running back from FIU? How about Savion Morrison? That's dude. We got to talk about the running backs they brought in here. Savion Morrison at Kansas I remember watching him being like, oh, it's decent. Allen had had some numbers at FIU, and then Dominic Richardson's the guy that was short at the a half yard at Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game against Baylor.
And then he went to Baylor,
and then New Mexico State. Welcome to college football. Ricky Hunt also comes in from Ohio. I kind of like what they did in the running back room, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna run the rock. They're gonna play fast, I think.
Yeah, wide receiver Micah Tease coming in from Texas A&M. Zion Booker from Western Carolina. That once again, that offense flew, and Booker was pretty solid for them a year ago. Mekhi Miller from Missouri. Calvin Johnson Jr. from Northwestern. I don't know if it's that Calvin Johnson, but I like to think it is. Dallin Ponder from Western Kentucky University comes in as well. And on the offense, or I should start with the tight ends there from Mary Hardin Baylor, Chris Gakayan, I don't know. Tight end Landon Lucas from Bob Morris, and then Brody Foley from the Indiana Hoosiers. That's their tight ends. Offensive line, Jaquan Adams from East Tennessee State with Coach Lamb. Cam East from Ole Miss. Hunter Erb from Texas A&M. Jack Hood from East Tennessee State. Sean Hill from NC State, the Pussy Pack. Evan McClure from Oklahoma and Simon Wilson from Middle Tennessee State. Look, that's a lot of Power 5 guys.
Yeah,
I can hear that $30 million being spent. I mean, look, I know that some of them are backups, but traditionally you don't see that many. I would say for a smaller school.
I would agree, and it feels like like you said, they got the big donation for their NIL collective, and it seems like they're bringing in highly touted guys, especially at the skill positions. It'll be interesting to see how this offensive line holds up.
Yeah, I wonder if Steve Largent was the one that gave that money.
He's anonymous, according to
the wide receiver, man, Chris Penn, Steve Largent, Drew Pearson. Let's go. I mean, it's a tall order to say better than 62nd.
Yeah, I think they take a step back just because it's such a new offense. But I mean, this this could be like the Texas State GJ Kinney offense that came out of nowhere that nobody saw coming. And then you never know with some of these first-year head coaches coming from the FCS level.
I this one I'm actually intrigued on, man. I mean, this one I've been waiting to do this preview, but
what time do they play? I can't wait to watch them.
That's a good game too, man. They're playing a really good FCS in Abilene Christian. Yes. I think that line's 4.5 last I saw. Yeah, but I would say slight regression too, but don't worry. That doesn't mean the team is going to be worse. And I'm sorry, I have Tulsa Roadrunners there. That's Tulsa the Golden Hurricane. I'm an idiot. Anyway, then on the defensive side of the ball, the Tulsa Roadrunners, aka the Tulsa Hurricane, Josh Reardon, the DC there, 31st in total defense, or 131st in total defense last season. Look at these numbers; these are fucking terrible. Now Reardon was not there. Reardon was at East Tennessee State with Coach.
Yeah,
132nd in scoring defense, 133rd in pass defense, 103rd in rush defense, charting at the third worst defense in the FBS. Mac, this is where things are going to change. They return just one and Ty Newhouse at the D tackle spot and punter Angus Davies. They load up in the portal. They bring in Byron Turner from Florida State, Joe Cash, which I don't think he came in from Tulsa. I think I fucked that up. Ty Cooper from Tulane, Jaden Burnett from La Tech, who was a good defense a year ago. Tim Hardiman from Arkansas State, Nakai Johnson from Pitt. Those are all in the D line. Linebacker Josh Anglin coming in from North Alabama. Linebacker Ray Coney from East Tennessee State with Coach. And then in the secondary, J.D. Drew from Utah State. Lento Smith from Ferris State, who keeps a really good program. Anthony Rumpf, I remember him at Charlotte. That's a nice get. And then Ty Williams from Oklahoma State, as well as long snapper Aiden Fedigan from UCF. This is where I do believe that I expect them to make a pretty big jump here.
I agree with you. And Reardon, like you said, their defenses were good at ETSU and at Gardner-Webb. So continuity within the staff here can't get any worse. Also, and I know recruiting rankings don't mean shit, but a lot of their more highly touted guys are on the defensive side of the ball.
Let's go, folks. Before we get to the schedule and talk about state of the program, I want to let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by, we are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And guess what? The Sports Gambling Podcast Network free roll football contest is back. Free to enter, picking every NFL game ATS, $3,000 for first place, $4,000 if you're a part of our Patreon. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/free roll. Plus, we got 25% off everything in the merch store with the promo code football. Make sure to check out, go get yourself a Pick Dundee t-shirt or a Eat Shit Pit t-shirt. There's a bunch of other great ones in the merch store. And also, don't forget SGPN just launched their NFL Survivor contest, $100 entry, winner take all, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on football, folks. I'm betting the hell out of everything. College football, NFL, CFL. Look, and MyBookie's doing a $100,000 NFL super contest. Only a $15 entry, and they're offering buy 2 entries, get 1 free. And MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations, even outside of the states. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers there. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. College football is back and better than ever on Rhythm. Don't forget, last year to start the season, Rhythm was 16-4 ATS, up 11.6 units. And don't worry, if college football isn't your cup of tea, I worry, but they're not going to worry because they have MLB, NFL, golf, WNBA. Check it out. And look, Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you could win $1,000. We're talking App State, Charlotte. It's a big game tonight. You know, Coach Lamb used to be at Gardner-Webb, not far from Charlotte. I like App State. I know that line's moving against me. I don't care. I'm diving into the stink. All right. Get your free 7-day trial period today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. And Mac, we're previewing the 3 teams in a row here today. And then these stadiums are all pretty fucking phenomenal. Now, look, they got part of state of the program is fan buy-in. I actually think I was watching a Tulsa game in the late 90s in the off season, probably in like March or April, just randomly on YouTube. That shit was super lit, but they were nasty. They've had some tough years, but man, I think that it's if you've been to Tulsa, Oklahoma, you're far enough away from Oklahoma City where I think the fans will show up. If you build it, it will come. And I believe they're kind of having a renaissance within that city. You saw Tulsa King with Stallone, right? Danny Boy with the Outsiders House. They're building it up. So I do think that matters. And also $30 million donation. Dude, that's some serious money. So
make it run at OK State now.
yeah. I love this stadium. I'll be honest. I consider this one of the gems in college football. H.A. Chapman Stadium is 95 years young. And if you get a chance, you should go. I mean, it used to be the home to Doug Williams, the Washington Redskins Super Bowl champ when they were the Oklahoma Outlaws in the USFL. First off, look at the bottom, the very bottom, Mac, on this youtube.com/the college experience. They know back then, they just know what you're doing. It's your castle. I talk about that all the time on the show. That's the way a football stadium should be. NFL's lost sight of that shit. This thing, though, is miraculous. I want to show you the outside. Now, this is obviously awesome from here, but and here, look at that. Look at that, the bottom of the screen. You see what I'm talking about? It's like the Soldier Field shit they got going on with the lights coming through at night here. And then a perfect look at that shit, dude. I mean, this is a fucking ancient, fucking awesome stadium. It's got cobblestone around the whole damn thing. I mean, honestly, look at that shit, dude. Skelly Field, it used to be called Skelly Stadium. So a lot of times, if you're looking back at old shit, you'll see, they played this game at Skelly Stadium. It's the same thing. They just moved it to field because H.A. Chapman probably gave them a bunch of money or something. But dude, this shit is like, it reminds me of like going to Ireland and going in some of the castles in Ireland. It's just fucking beautiful to me. Like, this is, I think, one of the most underrated in all of college football.
It's lit, baby.
It doesn't get the shine, but the personality is all the way there, man. Yeah, I love this day. Look at it back in the day. What do you give this thing 1 to 10, man?
I agree. I like a 9 here with the history. 30,000, perfect for that size university. It's got uniqueness with the little stone brick right there. I mean, I like that. Press box has got a nice size to it, and it's not a bad seat in the house. It's full stadium.
They even have, if you go to this, I don't have a photo of this. If you go to this, if you're in Oklahoma or you're just driving cross country, and you have your kids or something, they have a mini replica version of this on the outside where your kids can play football. It's like 20 yards long. Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, get out to H.A. Chapman Stadium, man, because I consider this one a gem. State of the program. See, I will be honest. I made this graphic before I realized about that $30 million donation.
Bump it up to a 5 now.
I will definitely bump it up to a 5. Like, what am I thinking here? Like, I think they got the right man for the job. I think he can do this, but what's crazy is I remember him talking about they got the money, and I remember the headline of the donation, but I had forgotten it when I made this graphic, and I was like, man, they're kind of hitting. They've been past couple of years of bouncing around coaches. They fired Montgomery. They probably shouldn't have fired him, but $30 million donation.
It'll change your mind on a lot of things.
I'm fascinated to watch their football and basketball programs because let's be honest, that's where that money's going. And if they're smart, what do you give this thing?
I think 5's good, man. I think 5, that's the no man's land, like you said, where we think they're headed in the right direction. They got the hire right, but now we just need to see the product on the field start winning games and going up and up. So, hey, a year from now, this thing could be at a 6 or 7 if Lamb and company overachieve and rip off, a 7 or 8 win season.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, yeah, we'll get to it in a second, but like, just if you can get to a bowl and build on that.
Hell yeah.
30 million. Like, I would like to know, I mean, short of Memphis and Liberty and maybe Tulane, maybe Boise. I would want. I wish we had the documents to see where that would put them. Now I know it's not all going to football, but I would. That's what I'm saying. I would love to know, get a little clarity on how much they're putting to football.
Yeah,
but you got to think they're one of the more. We were just talking Georgia State before the show and how they might have money, but they don't allocate it to football. So it makes them one of the broker programs in the Sun Belt. Man, if they allocate a good chunk of that money, you got to think they'd be like top 10, right? Top 15.
Yeah.
In the group of 5, I'm saying.
Yeah, give it all to football because that basketball program's not very good.
Yeah. Well, and another thing is, like, if you go to Oklahoma's like kind of football through and through. Like, it's kind of like poor man's they want to be Texas.
Yes.
Anyway, let's get to the schedule because Saturday, this is a low-key, really good game. Very fascinated by this one. Abilene Christian, I'm just trying to find the line right now real quick. I believe it was 4.5.
It is 5.5 now.
Well, Abilene Christian's preseason number 16. They made the FCS playoffs and won a couple games before North Dakota State beat them 51-31. North Dakota State ended up winning the national championship. I don't think there's any shame in that loss. Abilene Christian, Mac, you might remember this. They went for 2 at Texas Tech last year in overtime and didn't get it. This is a very, very challenging game, I would say. Like, mainly because I know Abilene Christian loses Maverick McIver and the OC, but the head coach is still there, and you're just sitting there like, fuck. Yeah. He's gonna have these guys good, and he's got that program actually already rolling. Where Lamb's trying to get it rolling. I'll take Tulsa, but I don't feel amazing about it.
Fuck no. I took the point. I think Abilene might get. I'm going to take Tulsa by field goal. Give me Tulsa by field goal.
It would not shock me if Abilene Christian won by 10. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, it would not.
Yeah. Give me Lamb company. Let's go.
That's actually one of the low key better games tomorrow here.
And I like it because it's in the 8:00 Eastern where the games start dwindling out. So we'll get some more eyes on this tomorrow. So good. It's not buried in that 3:30 slate where there's a bazillion games.
Yeah. So shout out to 1-0, hopefully. Then week 2. Oh, opportunity arrives. Arrives. I know Logan Fife just got named the starting quarterback at New Mexico State, former Montana and Fresno State quarterback. All he's got to be is a little bit ahead of schedule. I think there's a big coaching advantage to Tulsa here. I'm saying 2-0, Mac.
I agree, 2-0. Although part of me wants to go 1-1. Like, I feel like they're going to split these first 2 games.
The Abilene game is much more dangerous than this to me, but it is kind of. I mean, it is a kind of a strange road trip, but I mean,
yeah, I'll go 2-0. I'm with you.
Yeah, that series goes back 111 years. Tulsa, New Mexico State. Yeah, absolutely awesome. Then week 3, Navy comes to Tulsa. I'm trying to remember this. I believe Trey Lamb does have experience. When he was at Gardner-Webb, he was in the same conference as Kennesaw. So he does have some experience going up against the Flexbone and Mercer, I believe, which Drew Cronick was the head coach at Mercer.
This is a different level of Flexbone, though.
Yeah. I will take Navy to get this one, but I don't think this is relevant right now in the season, but one of the advantages I think Tulsa has in the AAC is they are out there on a fucking island, right? I'm not saying this for September. I'm more so saying this for November. That first off, Tulsa gets a little colder than people think, and then it's like you fly into Oklahoma City, take a fucking bus. Like it is to me like a little bit of a sneaky home field advantage within the AAC that you have to go that. It's not easy to get to. It's almost like Ames or something. But just something to note for the rest of the season, just for any time you're capping Tulsa. So 2-1. You got him 2-1, or you going 1-2?
I got him 2-1, and they just announced in this next game, Haas is out for the game. He's out 5 weeks for Oklahoma State. So now Flores is going to be the quarterback at Oregon next week. Oh God!
Oh boy, not good for the Big 12, man.
Yeah,
they really needed Cincinnati last night.
But this is a nice spot now for Tulsa, who has fucked with Oklahoma State.
I was just loading that right now. I remember they got robbed. Well, I think it was the coach. That's another reason why they shouldn't have fired. They got robbed like 2 years in a row, but 1 year specifically.
It was a COVID.
It was 20. Yeah. Oh my God. They score a touchdown to take the lead, to go up 14-13 with 2 minutes left or something. They call a holding. You look at the replay. There's no holding. And then Oklahoma State gets a field goal to win 16-7. But then the following year in 21, man, it was 28-23.
Yeah. Yeah, they have now Gundy randomly like 2 years ago, or maybe it was last year, they blew out Tulsa at Tulsa. But the games in Stillwater have been close for whatever reason.
Let me just say, the Tulsa teams the past 2 years have been so soft. The Montgomery teams actually had like some guys. Zaven Collins was on that defense and stuff. If Lamb has this team anywhere close to the level of toughness that they had at Gardner-Webb or ETSU, this will be a game.
Friday night game too.
Gardner-Webb, when he was at Gardner-Webb, they almost beat App State at App State when App State won the Sun Belt. Like that was a close game, I thought. I'll take Oklahoma State, but now this game becomes much more fascinating with Haas Hanna injured. And watching Oklahoma State last night, like I said, man, UT Martin had opportunities. They got down the field. They just squandered them.
OK State looked really good offensively when Haas was in there, but Haas ain't playing this game. So now, like, they looked okay with Flores, but yeah, Tulsa can hang in this game. I'll take the points, but I'll take Oklahoma State to win 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. Then the Green Wave are coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'll take Tulane.
Same. 2-3.
2-3. Yeah, this is kind of a brutal beginning of the schedule here. At this point.
Shit. These next
getting 4 straight games of Navy, Oklahoma State, Tulane, and then Memphis. You're going to the Liberty Bowl here. I know he's from Tennessee. He played at Tennessee Tech, coach at East Tennessee State. So it's a homecoming for Trey Lamb, and it's not going to be fun because Memphis wins. I got him 2-4.
I got him 2-4 as well. And then they get this next one's ridiculous too. You
get a bye week. You remember, GJ Kinney played at quarterback at Tulsa. They come out of the bye week and they're in Greenville.
That's a loss.
Yeah. 2-5.
God damn, they get the 4 contenders to start the league play. They
Navy, Tulane, Memphis, and ECU.
Those are 4 out of like the top 5, I guess, besides USF and Army. That's 4 out of the top 6 easy.
Yeah. Brutal. And then you come home for homecoming, and the Temple Owls and Casey Keeler are there. I think I gave it to Temple on the Temple preview.
I gave it to Temple as well because of Keeler in the experience. So 2-6.
They could get this though. This is that far trip shit I'm talking about, where you're just like, man, if you're a Temple player, you're like, where the fuck are we? But and shout out to Virgil in the chat, going to the Mount Union game tomorrow. Go Purple Raiders. Dude, I love you for that, brother. And folks, get out to college football games. One of the things we didn't talk about, Mac, was how Duke's crowd was fucking empty last night, which is pathetic.
Was awful.
Considering it's a rivalry game, and considering Elon is a good FCS and Duke, a lot of people have Duke as contenders in the ACC, and like that's what you show up with.
I know.
And what's his name was there?
Did you talk to Nick about it?
No, I haven't had a chance to. But the first pick of the NBA draft, why am I drawing a blank on his name right now?
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag was there.
Yeah, that's
give it up to him. But yeah. So we're going with the loss here still, huh? This is winnable though. I will say this is a winnable. If you're searching for the wins, this is winnable.
agreed. 2-6.
Yeah. Shout out to Hunter Morale there. Navarro or Hauser, they both bought out last night. Man,
I'll go Navarro.
Yeah, I mean, well, Navarro had like 100 yards on the ground, and
against Rutgers. Rutgers better defensively than NC State.
Well, we think this year NC State historically has been a good defense, but that's what Tony Gibby's gone now. But yeah, I would say probably Navarro, but Hauser definitely once he woke up. I'm terrified, Mac, that because Hauser has multiple years of eligibility left. We need a $30 million donation, I think, after last night's game, just to keep Hauser there. But yeah, so we got him 2-6, is it?
Yeah.
Then we got a bye week. Shout out, man. They used to have TJ Rubley back in the day, Gus Farrat, and they come out of the bye week and they head to Del Boca Vista. And I'm taking Tulsa to win this. I don't give a shit what these FAU fans do to me here. Tulsa's going to get one of these ones we're not seeing. This is it. Third win.
I'm a little higher on FAU than you are. I got FAU winning this. So I got them 2-7. Why do I feel like they could win this next one?
They could because especially if Oregon State first time ever going to H.A. Chapman Stadium. This is what I mean though. Is it could be sneaky cold, but I guess Corvallis. See, I wish it was like a hot. Like a team that played in a warm temperature, because Corvallis can get kind of cold by this time of year. I think I got to take Oregon State, dude.
give me Tulsa in an upset. What does Oregon State have to play for at this point? They got the
bowl, maybe a bowl.
Yeah, true. I'll take an upset on this one. First year head coach got him playing hard in November. 3-7.
3-7, and then much like Tulsa's a tough place to come to, so is West Point. This is the opposite of that. You flying into where do you even fly into? Like fucking Albany or something? I don't even know.
Yeah,
yeah,
New York City.
That's a loss.
This is like a lock losses. They have no chance in this game. 3-8.
And then for me, Trent Dilfer, the modern game does not impress me. I have them winning a fourth game here. Yeah. So 4-8 for me.
Yeah, 4-8. UAB may not win another game.
I am pretty unless the interim, which is Mort Report's son. Rest in peace to the great Chris Mortensen. But if they were to fire, I wonder if they would put him in interim because they have a new DC. I think you would almost do that. The win total is 3.5, so I am on the over. They're plus 8,000 to win the AAC, plus 5,000 to make the CFP. You look at the schedule; we're both on the over.
I don't feel great about it because we gave them those first two games, and those are toss-ups.
Yeah, I don't feel great about it.
They don't have a for sure win on their schedule. Their fucking FCS game is a 4.5 point line.
I mean, their FCS team is better than their almost. Abilene Christian, in my opinion, is better than New Mexico State, Temple. Well, I don't know about Keeler with Temple, but Temple based on last year. And I would lay 21 with Abilene Christian watching UAB last night. So,
true. Yeah. And then FAU's a mystery team. Like FAU could be randomly good if Kitley's offense just rolls. But yeah.
Oh, I think the offense will roll. I just think the defense will not.
True. They'll be entertaining. UAB is the worst team on the schedule.
And you get them at maybe the worst time you want to get them. Although you do get them at H.A. Chapman. Those boys are going to find out November 29th, a little cold up there in Oklahoma. But
that stretch from week 3 to week 8 is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Home the Navy, at Oklahoma State, home the Tulane, at Memphis, at ECU.
Jesus.
I'm still taking the over.
I don't even know if they can go I don't even know if they can go 1-4 in that stretch.
That's why it makes this Abilene Christian game so fucking important.
Yeah.
just to get the momentum behind the program. If you're 2-0 and then the wheels come off, you could say, well, we had injuries, shit. You lose to Abilene Christian, like it get tricky. Yeah, I'm on the over. You're on the over. No locks here.
Fuck no.
Folks, we will be back in about 5 minutes with the Troy Trojan men. We got a bunch of shit we're doing. We got Middle Tennessee after that. And we got at 5:00 FCS Week 1 preview and picks episode. So we'll be talking more about that Abilene Tulsa game. Shout out to Matt S in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. All right, folks. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColby. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Go check out all those previews and check out all of our picks episodes. YouTube.com/The College Experience. $30 million donation. Let's get this program rolling. I want to see Tulsa as a threat to everybody. I have a, something about me likes Golden Hurricane football. Let's go. Till next time in 5 minutes. This is the College Football Experience. Enjoy the slideshow on the way out honoring Tulsa Golden Hurricane football history. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Mailbox 1. You have 7. Let's get
1.
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession to be a part of that, started that. Mind over matter don't matter in the markets. I've seen much smarter cats have heart attacks, largely because leaders need lambs to be lethargic. Match wits with the half-wit phantom. I don't need jumper cables or mic cords to analyze an analytical anthem. Between my two ears, an engine pumping the life force. Force field for your grip on the grievance. Still gonna feel unchallengeable and stiff. So arrange the pieces to prepare cohesive. All the hard work will go largely ignored if your hands are covered with post-its and paper cuts. You need to have your voice in the vice grip. The one who made it famous ain't the one who made it up. You don't get overtime just for working the night shift. I'm taking a piss right now. It's like I'm not saying I'm impossible to